Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Ronald Owen Kimble. Missing since 1977, and this is a photo of him 6 years before he disappeared. They don't have any more recent photos. We have no idea what he looks like. He was 23 years old when he went missing, so he was 17 in his photo. Wow, he looks older to me. 5'9", 150 pounds. Suffers from schizophrenia. You think he weighs the same? I don't know. Caucasian male, brownish red hair, brown eyes. He has a ruddy complexion, and his nickname is Ron. Nobody knows what happened to him. He was last seen Seattle, Washington, April 12th, 1977. He was homeless at the time, and he frequently traveled around the country. Never been heard from again. Nobody knows what happened to him. He attended Shoreline High School, so maybe that's a high school photo, right? So I don't know what he looks like. I don't know what city or state he would be in. I don't know exactly when he disappeared because he was homeless. I don't know how old he was when he disappeared or if he regularly stayed in contact with his family. Here's some John Does. Do you think any of them looks like they could be him? Because I don't know. That kind of looks like it could be him if he let his hair grow out since he was homeless and it's been a long time and maybe he's not getting a haircut. If he's getting a haircut, it's been 6 years. He could have grown a mustache. Could that be him? And this one right here even kind of looks like, I don't know. Because it's not a real clear photo. I don't know. And then there's this guy right here. But I don't know. Because I don't know when they do the drawing how precise it is. But we're going to look at some John Does and see. I don't know. You think any of them look like they could be him? I don't know which state he could be in. I don't know exactly when if he is a John Doe. There's this guy right here, and he's in Gulfport, Mississippi, and he died in 1979 by drowning. He's 5'10", 130 to 150 pounds. They said that guy estimated because that guy was 5'9", 5'9" and 150 pounds, but it's been a lot of years, right? So 5'10" estimated. Red auburn hair, kind of long in length. And I'm like, well, red auburn, that's red brown, right? So it could be him. No dental work, all teeth. Short sleeve shirt, size 20. Got the neck size and all kinds of information here about the clothes he was wearing. Wallet with no contents. How do you have a wallet with no contents? That makes me think like somebody robbed him and drowned him. It doesn't sound like an accidental drowning if your wallet has absolutely no contents. Anyway, that's crazy. He was pulled out of the water by the police. His watch had stopped at 12:05 p.m. on the 14th. Foul play is not suspected. There's nothing in his wallet. Why would you have an empty wallet with no ID, no nothing? I don't know. But maybe, right? Because you don't know. And they got to get their clothes from wherever they can get them. And then we have this guy, Portland, Oregon. Months prior, died in 1983, 18 to 40 years old, 5'10", 140 to 160 pounds. Light brown hair going gray. Body hair is reddish brown and eyebrows are blonde. Yeah, I don't know. Found floating. This one is in Oregon. Oregon's closer to Washington. It's Coos County though. Right height, right age. Died about the right time. Not a lot of information. A book binding was found, 1965 date. But what is a book binding? Because you get in a book, I don't know where you got it. None of my books have the date on them that is correct. Some of them are 1918, some of them are newer. None of them are new of this time because I get them from the second-hand store and things like that. Victims' remains were discovered in a heavily wooded area west of Highway 101. Most of my books are from 1960 or before. That's crazy. Unknown. That could be anybody. There's this guy. Florida, 5 days before, 1979, 5'6" to 5'11". Oof. Brown hair, brown eyes. Did he have brown eyes? I think he did. Brown hair, brown eyes. He could have been really thin though. He could have lost a lot of weight, but this guy could, like, he could have gained a lot of weight. So this guy weighed more. But if he's 180, that's not a lot of weight. But there's this guy in Texas, recognizable face. This is June 1977. This guy went missing April 1977. This guy's in Texas. The victim died the same day he was located. They might have actual photos of him. I don't know. He's the right height. He's the right age. I don't know. May have had heart murmurs during his lifetime. Yeah, so how do you know? How do you know? There's this guy. He got shot. Light brown shoulder length hair, mustache, and goatee, but you don't know. He got tattoos. You think he would have been getting tattoos? I don't know. I don't know if that looks like him or not. This picture kind of looks like it could be him. But I don't know. I honestly think this one looks more like him. And maybe this one. Who are those guys? That was Mississippi and Florida. This picture don't look like him though. That one kind of, I don't know. I don't know if any of them are him. I don't know. Because there's so many of them. You go 1977 and you try to find state by state, because I don't know what state he would have been in, or, you know, he's traveling the country. Who knows where he could end up. I was looking at him going, well, this is 2 years after, but I don't think he's the right height. I was like, well, I wonder if he got his hair cut and let it grow, and if his hair gets curly as it grows. I don't think so, but how would you know, right? I wouldn't know. He was hitchhiking with somebody, and he hitchhiked across the country with somebody. From, I think, near Washington to Alaska, wasn't it? Didn't he hitchhike from Washington to Alaska or something, and somebody murdered him? Oh, I can't remember. See, there's other pictures, and these pictures kind of look like the other guy. I can't see them completely because they're blacked out at the bottom, and he lost an eye, but that guy could have lost an eye. But I don't think he's the right height, because it says like 6 foot estimated, so I don't know. 185 estimated. Who estimated it? Homicide. State of skeletal mandible not recovered, so I don't know. How do they guess his eye? I mean, how do they guess his height? It could be wrong. Yeah, he was hitchhiking. He was picked up near Boise, Idaho, and he was headed towards Oregon, but the driver was going to Alaska, and he's like, hey, I'll go to Alaska with you. So even though they have this picture, I don't know what his hair looked like, but they had this picture too. So, you know, it's been years. I don't know. Maybe it could be him. No idea. Especially if he travels and he's homeless and he's like, how do you know? I don't know. I think they got the sketch from the guy that gave him a ride, and that may not be right either. I don't, unless they got this. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. So, then we go to 77 here looking. I don't see nobody in Arizona really. But he could have been any year, so, because I don't know exactly what year that he went missing at, right? So what if it wasn't? What if he wasn't somebody, like, I really don't see anybody that really looks like him. So many people. So many. These are all unidentified males. These are people that have never been identified for who they are. This guy was 17 years old, 17 to 19. Isn't that crazy? There's so many males that have never been identified, you know. I think people work on the females all the time. Some of them, there's so many of them don't have photos even. This one is 1984. That's crazy. I'm like looking at it going, nah, I don't think so. But I don't know. That one's just a picture of their watch. So many of them. So many. It's unbelievable. 77. Huh. That was January. I think he was after that. Oh, let's see. He was, yeah, 4 of 77. There's that guy from 78. No, he's only 15 to 19. It's really sad. You think, I don't know, you think people know that they have this where they can go, oh, so-and-so's missing. Let me go look and see if I can't find somebody that looks like them, you know? Or why don't I look in the state where they went? This kid was only about 2 to 4 years old. How do you lose a kid and not know where he was? That guy's 16 to 20 years old. It's so sad. I wouldn't have any idea trying to find him, looking through these to see, you know, and then you've got so many of them that don't have pictures, so you just have to go through the descriptions. And if you don't even know because he travels, how do you know what state he was in? But I thought, you know, it's good to look and see so that you can see. Look at that. That's a beautiful tattoo. You think somebody would see that and go, oh, I remember giving somebody that tattoo. That's a Hispanic male with a beautiful tattoo. Up. And is he Hispanic? Because sometimes they think they're Hispanic and they're Native Indian, and that's an Indian-looking tattoo. But he died the same day. I wonder why they don't have a postmortem photo. He deliberately stood in the path of a vehicle and was hit by the car. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. And some of these people, like, I saw one guy had a picture of himself. Like, out of his wallet. They took the picture of his wallet and posted that photo. This is a child, another child that was 2 to 4 years old, and I don't understand how a child that young dies and nobody's like, oh, that was my child. This looks like a child's shoe, but it's an adult male's shoe. 40 to 60 years old. Colorado. I don't even think I checked Colorado. There's somebody with a tattoo, but what if you don't know that they got a tattoo, right? It's interesting that there's so many John Doe's. He kind of reminds me of Sonny Bono, this one. This one kind of reminds me of my son that passed away. Well, he didn't pass away, he was murdered, but kind of reminds me of him. So many John Does. This person was 11 to 14 years old in the state of Florida. 11 to 14 years old. How do you not know that your child is gone? He might be one of the missing persons. And 11 to 14. Here's a good photo, too. I wonder when they did that. Homicide by stabbing. He was stabbed to death in Florida. 1972, Daytona Beach. And nobody's like, oh, that's my child, right? That's a good photo. That's crazy. I didn't check the missing persons to see if there was somebody that went missing at that time. You think there is? You think there's a kid that went missing in 1972 that's that age? Or you think nobody reported him missing? Maybe they thought he ran away. 11 to 14 years old. Missing, chronological, United States. Oh yeah, I'm like getting off track here. Sorry about that. I was trying to find the one person, but no, I'm just going to look really quick. 1972, right? Whoops, I passed it. Where did he go? He was May 1972. I lost the whole thing. It's spinning and spinning. May 1972. There's a 10-year-old. They said 11, right? That don't look like him. He's got brown hair. South Carolina. 10 years old. Strawberry blonde hair. Homicide by stabbing. Dark brown hair. It says it's wavy. What color's his eyes? You don't know his eye color? Ah, that's terrible. This guy looks like he has dark brown hair and he's the right age. He went missing in Illinois. You think that's him? Hold on. I'm going to slide in the picture over here. Him. Oh, that could be him, couldn't it? January 1972. May 1972. Could be. I don't know. Let's see who else is there. They said he was 11 to 14. I don't see anybody else listed missing. He's 15. I think they could have got the age wrong. He's 16. Whoa, I lost my place. He's 11, but they didn't report him missing till 1973. So it could be him, right? December 1973. Oh yeah, they know exactly when he went missing. Boy Scout trip. Funny, he looks like he could be him. Take off the glasses. Yes, it looks like it could be him, but he didn't go missing till a year after this kid was found, so it can't be him. August 1972, missing since. Left home with a guy. Yeah, I don't know. So it would have to be before 1972, right? Unless he didn't get reported missing till later and I won't be able to find it. 14 years old. Bam, August 1971. New York. There's a picture of him. There's a picture of him. I don't know. I don't think so. Brown hair, blue eyes. May not notice the scar because it was 3 or 4 days. So I don't know. Huh, could be. Could he gotten from New York all the way to Florida? Nose. Okay, we go by the chin shape and the facial shape, the distance of the eyes, shape. Oh, but the ears shape too, maybe, because he just died. Yeah, I don't know. Could be him. How do you even know? See, there's so many. There's another 14-year-old, and he's got dark hair. He went missing in 1971. California, so I don't know. So what were we looking? Ronald, 1977, 1977. So we'll scroll down this to 1977. He went missing in 1977. Oh no, can't do that because these are not unidentified. That's not that. I need unidentified males. So and I'll just keep going state by state. 1977. See, this one doesn't have images, but you can see the description. So you can go state by state, and you can see all the people that are unidentified. Do you know somebody that went missing and wonder what happened to them? They have all these people that are unidentified. So they do these sketches, so they're like, and some of them they take the skulls and they put stuff over the skulls and they try to make it look like, what it looked like with what they have. So it may not be, and then you can read more about, because what if it doesn't look exactly like them? But you can read about it to see, I was missing this or I was missing that, and I had this much to go on. It'll tell you, or how recently they died. Like if they died recently, and they might take a photo of it and then use that photo and make a sketch from the photo. So, and if they have post-mortem photos, when you click on that picture to go to where they are, you can find post-mortem photos. But some of them have photos in their wallets even, so they might use a photo out of their wallet. But and some of them might have died years before, and some of them might have just died recently. Sometimes they get hit by a car. Wow, that one's a really good image. It's crazy because Some of them look like the nicest people. But, like, he's from 1977. I have no idea where he'd be. And sometimes some of these people, like, you'll be like, oh, this person went missing. I'm going to go look in the Jane and John Doe. And you're like, wow, there's only one of them or two of them that fits their description. Or you're like, wow, this one looks just like him and it's the same time. And it's like 5 miles away. But then other ones, you're like, wow, there's so many different people that could be this person and that fits this description. Or you might have like 10, 20 women all of a sudden, you know, with a serial killer, and you go look and you can't find, and they're all about the same height and same weight. You can't find anybody that fits the description at all. These right here, they all look similar to me. And then you have this one, December 26, 1978, December 27th, 1978, December 28th, 1978, December 29th, 1978. What is going on? What is going on? One day after the other? What is going on? I don't understand that. Homicide. Murdered. Illinois. Estimated date of death was a long time before. Oh, but they're digging trenches and graves based upon trial witness testimony. Oh my goodness. That is sad. So these are victims, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 victims. John Wayne Gacy's home. Wow. So these are people that he killed, that they're digging up the graves. Wow. That's sad. They're all white. And they did the reconstruction, and they all look similar. I wonder if they're all family and they were all related. That's crazy. Don't they look like they all look like they're family and related, don't they? This one, this one, this one. They look like somebody lost all the men in their family at once. That's sad. So, and here's some more. This is Indiana. I don't see anything about 77 in Indiana. Well, that one, December. I don't think that looks like him at all. Iowa, Kansas. There's somebody 17 to 20 years old. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Kentucky. There's all these states. So you go all these states. Wow, look at that photo. It looks like he's just sitting there looking at you. Nothing in 77 in Louisiana unless they found the remains later. See, that looks like it could have been him if they found him later. And that one and that one, they looked similar. They look almost the same. Wonder if this is the son and this is the father. And they, because it's Louisiana and they look like they're related, I wonder if they really are related. Wouldn't that be crazy? February 1982, November 1982. So many people so many unidentified people. It's really sad. So many. And I tried to go through them trying to find out, but you don't know if you don't have enough information. There's Massachusetts, Michigan. I don't see nobody. But you don't know when the remains would be found either. So it helps if you have the state, and if you look in that state to see, oh, they were in this state, let's look in this state, or it's on the borderline of that state, let's check that state, right? Because that state's right next to it. But then you have those semi-truck drivers, some of them, or the traveling produce salesman or somebody like that. You might have a traveling salesman or a semi-truck driver that's killing people and dumping them off the somebody that's traveling for their job, driving down the highway, if they're a serial killer and they're dumping them off at the side of the highway, then you don't know which state they're going to be in. There's where I got the one photo of Mississippi, because 1979. But he might be in the John Doe's. He may not have a photo. They might have found his remains right away, and they might have found him years later. Because if he's traveling, I don't know how you know where he would be. Or maybe they never found his remains. Wow, that one they have the car. They have the car. Clark County, Nevada. Suicide. Partial remains with soft tissue. Estimated time of death December 1987. Found January 1st, 1988. So it wasn't that long after they found their car. Couldn't you just go by the license plate number and see who the car was registered to, right? How many cars they got like that? Was there no license plate? 30 to 40 years old, 5'3" estimated. I don't understand that. They found him right away. Why don't you just go look in the glove box to see who it's registered to? Men's prescription clear glasses with wire frames, red handkerchief, Sony Walkman radio, carrying case for the firearm, Derringer pistol. The descendants were found 200 feet from the water line in an area known as Lover's Cove. Aw, how sad. Receipts discovered from the scene suggested he was from Houston, Texas, from October to November 1987. On 12/12/1987, a 1973 MGB convertible bearing Oklahoma plates, was towed from the parking lot. So they got the license plates. When the vehicle was searched later, additional receipts from Houston area were found along with a suicide note. It appeared he had recently purchased a vehicle and it was not in his name. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Wow. Clark County, Nevada. That's a nice car, dude. Bummer. Wow. That is so sad. Look how easy it is to recognize his face. You think somebody'd say, oh, I know who that is, right? This looks like one of those one guys out of Casey's yard. So many people, so many unidentified people. It is so sad, and you see them and you're like, that looks like you would easily know who it is if you knew somebody was missing. You'd be like, oh, I know who that is, right? This one makes me so sad. I saw this one earlier and it breaks my heart. There is a photo of the victim in the wallet with his child, and nobody's ever claimed him. Gunshot wound to the head, New York. 5'11" to 6'3", Kingston, New York. You think somebody would know who he was. It's got all this stuff. Is that a photo of him? It's found in the back pants was a soft black wallet. The wallet contains a calendar, was a colored photograph of a white male. Is that not a photo of him? I don't know. I would think it's a photo of him if it's a photo in the wallet, right? No idea. Strange. Some of them, they just have the tattoos. And they have so much info. Look at that tattoo. That's pretty cool. Some of them are so recognizable, though. Some of them you can't really recognize them and you don't know. But some of them you look at them and you're like, somebody's got to know to be able to see them and know who it is, right? I just feel like people, you know, I don't know if anybody ever looks to see that somebody's missing. Wow, see, these all look a lot similar too, but even around their mouths and everything, look at that. That's crazy. If I'm looking for the remains of somebody that looks like this or like this, I don't know, they look similar to me. That's Oklahoma. And there's Oregon. See, I was thinking, what if that guy was going bald and losing his hair? I wouldn't know. And this is 84, but that doesn't really look like him either. So I just picked the ones that I thought maybe they look like him. Because I couldn't really find anybody, but he might be somebody without a photo. How do you know if they travel the country where they might be? This is a 3 to 6-year-old child. And here's a man, you look at him and you're like, well, surely if somebody would know who he is. Somebody could look at him and say, oh, I know who that is, right? But I guess not, because they're still here and they're still unidentified. I'm sure they put them in the newspapers. Puerto Rico, there's no Jane Does in Puerto Rico. South Carolina, South Dakota. Yeah, no 77s, but we have all these John Does. Texas. See, there's one right here that no photo. I just don't know where he would be from, but I just thought, well, let's take a look at the photos of all the John Does while we're looking for them. So you can see, so you can take a look and say, wow, there's so many people. There's so many people. So many people that are just not identified. There's a lot of them. It makes me sad. But, you know, one person at a time, maybe they'll get identified. Maybe. Oh, there's that one. 9 to 11 years old. 1935. There's Virginia. He's 50 years old. He looks like somebody you would be able to look and say, oh, somebody, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Somebody would know who he was, right? But I don't know. There's a good tattoo. Washington, the state of Washington. I've been doing this one lately looking. And that guy went missing from Washington in 1977. So you have these right here that could be, you know, and then you gotta look at the height and everything like that. But the weight could fluctuate because if you're homeless, you could gain weight, you could lose weight. And I don't know what year he went missing. So I don't know which one could be him. But there's Washington, D.C. Well, he looks like he has a friendly face. West Virginia. This gentleman had a driver's license, and they still don't know who he is. Wisconsin. So sad. Wyoming. Wyoming only has 3, and that's all the John Does. That's all the unidentified males. So this is this guy, and if you know what might have happened to him, there's a phone number. Give him a call. Let him know. Because they really don't have much information on what happened to him. Maybe you have information. Schizophrenia, and he was homeless. And it's so sad because nobody knows what happened to him. And that breaks my heart. It's probably none of these people. But I don't know, he could be one of them, right? But I don't know if he could or couldn't. You know? Please feel free to leave comments. And don't forget to stop and pray for the families of all these unidentified males that have nobody knows who they are, for the family of him and all of these people, because this is just, to me, so sad that it's just upsetting. And anyway, this is a very long video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye bye.